Today on Investigate TV Plus, artificial intelligence leads to a mother's worst nightmare.
I thought I was never going to shoot you.
The traumatic scam that convinced one woman her daughter had been kidnapped, and how you can protect your family from this growing threat.
They're not safe. If you've shared them on social media at all, even 2 words of their voice, they can be used for bad.
Plus, a disease that can turn a joyous pregnancy into a life-threatening emergency.
I think a lot of women especially brush off these symptoms and signs because it's just one of many unpleasant pregnancy symptoms that people go through.
We reveal the warning signs one mother is thankful she didn't ignore.
Then, a centuries-old game gets a new demographic of players.
A lot of my friends, it's like they have their grandmother's sets and things like that, so I think it's just like swooped back.
Meet the millennials who are mad for mahjong.
In-depth stories that inform and inspire. You're watching Investigate TV Plus. AI is here at work, at home, in your phone, but in the wrong hands, artificial intelligence can be used to scam and traumatize families. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. In some cases, criminals employ AI voice cloning technology to fool families into thinking their loved ones are in danger.
According to a 2023 global survey, about 10% of people said they received a message from an AI voice clone. About 77% of those victims say they lost money as a result.
In order for this scam to work, cybercriminals need just a 2-second sample of your voice. We'll explain where exactly they're finding voice samples and how you can protect yourself and your family.
But first, reporter Lauren Traeger introduces us to one mom who says this scam cost her far more than her life savings.
We do want to warn you, some of what you're about to hear could be distressing to some viewers.
Take your kids off your social media.
This mom, who asked we just call her Rachel, wants to warn you.
They're not safe. If you've shared them on social media at all, even 2 words of their voice, they can be used for bad. I saw my daughter was calling. It was her picture and her phone number.
And a voice that sounded just like her college-age daughter.
She said, "Mom, I had an accident. I rear-ended somebody and they're taking me." And she was crying.
Just how convincing was the sound of her voice?
It's my child. I know my child's voice, and it sounded exactly like my child's voice that I've heard every day of my life.
A car accident and then a kidnapping. Rachel convinced her daughter was in extreme danger.
They would take her and do whatever they wanted for days as they leave the state, and I will find her body parts.
In fact, just listen for yourself.
Would have to take her with us and make her pay us with her body.
Rachel recorded the whole thing.
Because obviously you need to understand if you say something tomorrow, next week, whatever there will be consequences. Understand me?
For nearly 2 hours, the man tells Rachel that she can save her daughter.
That's the same way that you speak, okay?
Only by sending money.
I have $3,270 in my bank account.
Threatening her.
What I do expect from you is to be grateful as a woman and as a mother. You understand me?
And sometimes sympathizing.
And I'm going to tell you something. I don't even have to tell you that you don't even have to know, but I got a daughter myself.
He gives her step-by-step instructions on how to wire money to Mexico at both a local Walmart and Walgreens, pretending to be following her.
It was like he was right there watching me the whole time.
Rachel says the ruse was so real.
If I wasn't talking, he was yelling at me.
She didn't have time to think.
I was just really scared for my daughter. Really scared.
Only when her real daughter started calling on the other line can you hear Rachel's real-time realization.
Oh my God, you're so busted.
With her daughter safe, she breaks down.
I thought I was never going to shoot you. I thought they were raping you. They told me they would kill you and I'd have to come find your body and body parts.
Violated. Traumatizing.
Robbed not just of her life savings, she says, but so much more.
Opened a whole nother level of fear for almost every day of my life since.
I wanted to find them and strangle them. I really did.
Anger, too, from other local parents.
The person on the other end of the phone sounded exactly like my son.
Nearly duped by the dark side of technology.
The adrenaline that just soaked over me because I really was convinced it was him.
It is very scary.
And Dick Herber, a cyber expert based in Wentzville, says scammers at some point likely infiltrated Rachel or her daughter's phones.
People today really don't understand how easy it is to clone or burn a phone.
Help me, Mom. Then they cloned the daughter's voice using AI.
Less than 10 seconds of your voice is all I need to be able to make a clone of your voice that would fool anyone.
Mom, I'm scared. In fact, Anne showed us just how easy, mere seconds of my voice.
This is Lauren Traeger with First Alert for Investigates.
And she could get me to say anything.
I'd like to talk with you about your car's extended warranty.
It sounds a lot like me.
And I can make it say whatever we want it to say.
Mom, I'm scared.
That is really alarming. It is just very frightening how quick that happened.
Anne says similar scams have always existed, but with new and cheap AI tools evolving every day, she says they're only getting more sophisticated.
When it comes to cloning voices, is there anything that you can do to protect yourself?
The answer to that is probably no, because we are very free with the utilization of our voice.
That's what's the scariest, is that they know everything.
Rachel reported it all to several law enforcement agencies.
What have the authorities done for you?
Zero. Nothing.
She says she's been told it's an overseas cyber crime.
They have threatened to kill my entire family, rape and kill my daughter. It's not just online, it's real to me.
Do you want them to be found and held accountable?
Absolutely, I want to find them. I want them to go to jail. I want them to be punished for what they did.
Parents, she says, must beware or you could be next.
If I think anything I wanted to do with your daughter, I would have already done it. I don't need your permission to do anything to her. You understand me?
According to the National Cybersecurity Alliance, there is one critical thing you can do to protect yourself, and that is have a family secret code word. So if you get a call you think might be a scammer, you can demand that code word before you proceed with anything. And it can't just be a code word with your kids or immediate family. Your entire extended family needs to know it too. That way aunts, uncles, grandparents, everyone is looped in. And they suggest doing practice calls with your family so you're prepared in case it happens to you. Reporting in St. Louis, Missouri, I'm Lauren Traeger.
Rachel said she believes the people who targeted her got her daughter's voice sample off of social media. But even if you don't post videos, you could still be at risk. Cybersecurity company McAfee says scammers can use voicemails, podcast interviews, and even customer service calls.
In 2021, the Department of Homeland Security released a report warning deepfake audio, images, and video can pose a threat to national security, people's finances, and more. There are ways to educate yourself about artificial intelligence, and two content creators believe it starts with knowing how to recognize AI-generated content.
You know, the line between what's AI and what's real and how you can tell, it's getting very blurred.
What's your ultimate goal in the videos that you post?
I'm trying to create AI awareness. I don't want people to be caught off guard.
You can watch the full story on InvestigateTV.com. Just click on the Manipulated tab.
Still ahead, it's a simple phone call that could save a life.
Push 1 if you are okay. Push 3 if you need assistance.
We examine the program giving seniors and their families peace of mind.
But first, common pregnancy symptoms can sometimes mask a life-threatening condition.
In its severe form, it can affect all the major organs in the body, like the liver, kidneys, brain. It can cause brain damage.
We reveal the deadly disease taking the lives of mothers and babies.
According to the foundation that bears its name, preeclampsia is a condition unique to human pregnancy. It's diagnosed when an expectant mom's blood pressure spikes, typically after the 20th week of pregnancy. Experts estimate it impacts up to 8% of all pregnancies in the U.S.
If left untreated, doctors say the condition can worsen, leading to life-threatening outcomes for both mother and baby.
It can impact their hearts long after recovery.
One of the things I think people really need to know about preeclampsia, we classify it as a heart disease. And in 2012, the American Heart Association said that preeclampsia should be considered a failed cardiac stress test. if I put you on the treadmill, that you failed.
In a moment, we'll reveal a first-of-its-kind test developed to identify preeclampsia.
But first, we head to South Carolina, where reporter Carrie Beal breaks down the symptoms and explains why one woman is thankful she took hers seriously.
Emmy Monroe says every coo and smile her baby makes brings her so much joy.
We had prayed for a baby, and so we didn't care if it was a boy or a girl. We were just overjoyed and very thrilled that this new addition was going to be joining our family.
Her pregnancy journey started normal. Every time she went to the doctor, her blood pressure was in a good range, and she didn't feel like her symptoms were out of the ordinary.
The only time that something went awry or I kind of felt like something was off was actually the day I ended up being induced. And that was when I started having a really sharp headache that morning.
She measured her blood pressure that day and says it was 139/93.
It has never been that high ever. So I knew that just for safety that I needed to go ahead and get admitted.
Turns out she made the right decision. Emmy was diagnosed with preeclampsia, which is a pregnancy complication that can lead to dangerous outcomes if not treated. In its severe form, it can affect all the major organs in the body, like the liver, kidneys, brain. It can cause brain damage. It could cause stroke, seizure. So it can be very serious. So it's important to recognize the signs and symptoms early. Those symptoms include headache, high blood pressure, vision changes, sudden abdominal pain, and swelling in the legs, hands, or face.
I think a lot of women especially brush off these symptoms and signs because it's just one of many unpleasant pregnancy symptoms that people go through.
Oh, yeah?
Emmy says thanks to her intuition, her baby boy, Graham, is here today, healthy and bringing her so much happiness. Monroe says she went to Bon Secours Hospital, which has a partnership with the OB Hospitalist Group to give pregnant moms their own emergency room. This allows them to get immediate treatment without long wait times. Monroe says she credits the swift action of doctors there for her healthy outcome. Reporting in Greenville, South Carolina, I'm Carrie Beal.
In 2024, Dr. Graves, who we introduced you to earlier, helped develop the first FDA-approved test to diagnose preeclampsia. She says the test measures two biomarkers, one that predicts heart problems in the pregnant woman and one that predicts stillbirth in the baby.
Preeclampsia really is a disease of your heart and your vessels. And it can affect your liver, your kidneys, it can affect your pancreas, it can affect your brain. So it's not just about the blood pressure. Our ability to draw this test may actually answer some questions that we need to answer.
Taisha Kennard was the first woman in the country to receive the test after she experienced classic symptoms, swelling, constant headache, and high blood pressure. According to the University of Chicago Medicine, the only way to cure preeclampsia is by delivering the baby and placenta.
We're having a baby today.
Which is why doctors said the only way to save Taisha and her baby's life was by delivering him a month and a half early.
Do you know what could have happened if this wasn't caught?
We both could have died.
Dr. Graves says the test can predict severe preeclampsia with up to 96% accuracy.
Still ahead, we reveal a game with historic roots and health benefits.
And that's just like a nice little added bonus to it being a fun, good time.
The game getting newfound attention among one group of women.
But first, a service gives seniors and their families peace of mind.
I get calls just saying, man, this works great.
We explore the program, making sure no one is left alone when it matters most.
Each year, there are about 3 million emergency room visits due to falls among older adults.
Multiple studies published between 2020 and 2025 found living alone can increase the risk for falls and the severity of injury among seniors. In Phoenix, Arizona, a new program ensures older adults who live alone have a lifeline in case of an emergency.
Reporter Scott Passmore shows us how it works.
This was the opening of Jimmy Durante at the Copacabana.
So that's Jimmy Durante with his arm around you.
With his arm around me.
Isn't that amazing?
Debbie Lane has had quite the life. She moved to Arizona from New Jersey back in '77.
raised 3 children, and has been very involved with the Arizona Opera.
Well, you got great memories.
But I'm a picture taker. I love putting an album together.
Now at the age of 84 and living alone, she now has some peace of mind knowing the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is checking on her every day with its Are You OK program.
It rings, I know the number. The voice says the number. I push it and they said, "This is Are You OK?" And push 1 if you are okay. Push 3 if you need assistance, which I like.
That's fantastic.
Which I like.
Sun City Posse Chaplain Don Ehrlitz says the resident in the program gets up to 3 computerized calls every day.
If they don't answer on the first call, then they call again, second time, and then a third time. After the third time, if they still haven't called, then a live person from the Sheriff's Department will call them and see if they're there. Maybe they'll answer. If not, then they do dispatch a deputy to the house.
Chaplain Ehrlitz says the whole goal is really simple, to make sure the residents of Sun City are okay. And Debbie says she's doing this program for her children.
When I told them I was doing this, they were thrilled. They lead very busy lives. There's no way in a million years I would expect to hear from them every day. Now, do we text a lot? Yes.
I get calls often 2 or 3 days after they're on the system, just saying, "Man, this works great. We really appreciate you guys." If they don't call, I think, man, we're doing great, because they're not calling back saying it's not working. It's a good feeling knowing that we're doing something for the community.
And it sure is peace of mind for Debbie and her family.
I think just mentally knowing that somebody's checking in on me.
Kind of gives you a peace of mind on your kids' behalf.
On my kids' behalf, exactly.
On the flip side, in St. Louis, Missouri, a group of seniors is doing their part to train first responders.
Well, I just don't feel right.
My back of my neck is bothering me.
Confused and dizzy.
We're going to look for signs of a stroke.
Don't worry, 81-year-old Sophia and 90-year-old Vito are fine. In fact, there's nothing wrong with them. They're acting out falls to help train first responders with the St. Charles County Ambulance District.
The geriatric populations are our #1 fall patients. So what I like to do is actually use real-life patients, and they came out and volunteered with us.
The group calls itself the Meemaw Brigade.
Still ahead, a game rooted in history gets a night to shine.
We take you to the weekly Mahjong match, bringing people and tiles together.
It's a strategy game that spans centuries and continents.
Though the history of Mahjong is contested, game experts generally agree it evolved near Shanghai in the mid or late 1800s.
After arriving in the U.S. in the 1920s, the game quickly became a cultural staple among Chinese and Jewish communities.
In North Carolina, a group of millennials has found a passion for Mahjong and the relationship it builds along the way.
Reporter Natisha Land shows us how they're wild for the tiles.
It's a Thursday evening in the Eastover neighborhood of Charlotte. Allison Merriman is swiftly setting up for a game night at Summit Coffee. The only pause in her movement comes from the clatter of game pieces hitting the table, ready for a night of Mahjong.
Mahjong definitely has this stigma of being, like a country club game, something that only a small group of people really partake in. And I don't see any reason why that should be the case. Hi, ladies.
For 2 years, Merriman has invited people into the world of Mahjong through private lessons and hosting events like this for others who love the game under the company name Mrs. Merriman Mahjong.
If you're a gamer and you are somebody who likes games and you like that competitive nature, once you learn Mahjong, it tends to just get its teeth into you.
Newcomers to the game are also welcome, getting a group lesson from Merriman.
And she was like, you need to go to her beginner lessons first. So I was like,
what a great friend you have.
The tile game has been around for more than 100 years, getting its start in China. But the American version of the game formed in the 1930s by a group of women in New York. Over the past few years, the game of luck and skill has picked up steam with millennials like Merriman. She started playing the game during COVID after learning from her mom.
A lot of my friends, it's like they have their grandmother's sets and things like that, so I think it's just like swooped back.
Look how pretty they are.
Millennials, I think, loved going out, and then during COVID, we all stayed home a lot, and we were very isolated, and we lost a lot. I lost a lot of myself in that time. And this is something new and engaging.
But the love of the game spans across all ages.
It's so fun, and I could play with all of my friends and drink.
And you win.
Yeah, and I win.
I love Mahjong. I'm addicted to it. It's awesome. It helps me think during the day and keeps me grounded.
The National Institutes of Health reports playing Mahjong can enhance cognitive abilities and short-term memory.
And that's just like a nice little added bonus to it being a fun, good time.
It's also a good time Merriman loves so much that she plans to continue hosting events every month to provide a space for friends to play and introduce newbies to the game.
Part of why I do these events out in different neighborhoods is I'm sort of hoping to latch on to some people that maybe felt like Mahjong wasn't for them or it couldn't be for them.
All right, true story. She's not at any country club, but my mother-in-law is actually playing Mahjong right now.
Will she teach me?
She would definitely teach you.
Okay, I'd like to learn.
We'll call Susan up. We'll get you taught.
I'm
It'll
having
be good.
FOMO.
Now, she's tough, though. She likes to destroy people, though, so I don't know.
Okay, that's the person I need to learn from.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, that's it for us on Investigate TV Plus. I'm T. Chappelle.
And I'm Lee Zurich. Thanks for watching. On the next Investigate TV Plus, they signed up to serve our country, but we speak with one whistleblower who says military hospitals are putting patients at risk by failing to meet minimum standards when it comes to some critical surgeries.
In order to perform at a really high level, particularly in the surgical world, it's about volume, how many times you repeatedly do a certain case.
We reveal the medical shortfalls in the hospitals providing care to servicemen and women.